What is the biggest mistake you did not make as a teenager? I was at a house party and I wasn't drunk at all. I was late to the party and had only just started. This absolute 10/10 girl came on to me and wanted to take me upstairs to suck and fuck, but I cannot tell you how drunk she was. I really would have wanted to under any other circumstance, but the fact she was so drunk just put me really ill at ease, and I said no, and she started calling me an asshole and that I was a cunt, etc. About a week later she added me on Facebook and apologized for calling me names and thanked me for not taking advantage of the situation. I didn't impregnate anyone, probably largely due to lack of opportunity. I was a socially awkward nerdy kid. I didn't drive drunk, or even really try drinking until I got to college. I didn't experiment with / get addicted to hard drugs, did a fair bit of pot in my early 20s though. The funny thing is I was into punk / industrial / goth music, dressed the part, and was kind of a loner except for a few friends, so everyone just assumed I did all those things anyway. I didn't get a Confederate flag tattoo. Born and raised in the South, super conservative Christian family, I was taught the lies of how it's about heritage and not the right to own people like property. When I was 15 I really wanted a Confederate flag tattoo to show I was proud of the South. 9 years later my only tattoo I have currently is a reference to my favorite poet, and I live in Massachusetts. I haven't visited my home state or the South in general since 2017, and I'm ashamed of the things I was taught and believed. I'm a better person now. I controlled my rage and didn't retaliate when I got sucker punched twice by 2 random guys as I was walking past them. This happened in a park, during the day, and a group of my friends were with me. I could have died as part of a gang initiation if I retaliated, and some of my friends could have gotten hurt as well. Those 2 guys also had friends with them, and who knows how many weapons they all collectively had on them that day. I've never wanted to fight someone so bad, while also knowing the consequences of doing so weren't going to be worth it. I didn't die, so I guess that's good. I started becoming depressed in high school, but I didn't know it because unlike how people believe it is, it tends to creep up on you. I had urges once in a while but didn't do anything drastic. I was depressed until I was in my early 30s, it got progressively worse, and by the time I knew that I definitely had depression, I was too depressed to get out of my bed and see a psychiatrist to get better. I did eventually manage, got medication and therapy, and I'm a happy person now, so glad that I stayed alive to enjoy this life. Signing the USMC enlistment papers as a combat photographer 6 months before the Baghdad surge, I was regularly showing up to work out with the other poolies, and had completely gobbled up the propaganda. Life changed drastically, so it was no longer on my priorities. I most definitely would have deployed, and from what I read, a USMC combat photographer is essentially a regular rifleman with a DSLR around your neck, kick in doors, kill people, photograph the dead people, go back to base, upload photos of dead people, do it again. I've heard horror stories of people remembering the face of the guy they killed, yet only laid eyes on them momentarily. I would have etched every single dead guy I saw and photographed and uploaded and edited into my brain, viewing them that many times.